In this lecture, we'll continue with the concept of random variables that we started in the previous one. So we'll look at the statistical averages of the random variable, which is nothing but the different ways to determine the average behavior of the outcomes arising of the random experiment. Random variables arises due to the random events that are occurring, right? So in order to determine the average behavior of those outcomes of the random experiments, we find out the statistical averages. So the purpose of statistical average is to determine the average behavior of the outcomes of random experiments. Okay. So first of all, we'll have a look at the mean value or the expected value of a random variable. Mean value, or we also call it as expected value. Value of random variable, let's say X random variable we are talking about here. It's a very important parameter for any random variable. It's mean value or expected value. We represent it by m subscript x or expectation of x. These are the standard notations of the expected value, and mathematically we define it as integral minus infinity to infinity x into PDF of x. This is how we find out or we define mean or expected value of any random variable, where this E operator is nothing but the expectation operator. E is the expectation operator, and this is the mathematical expansion of the expectation operator. Alright, let's have a look at some of the important properties of the expectation operator. Expectation of Cx, where C is any constant, is equal to C times E of x. C is any constant. Alright, and expectation of x plus c is equal to expectation of x plus c. And thirdly, expectation of any constant c is equal to the same constant, that is c. So this is the mean value or expectation value of a random variable x, and this is how we expand the expectation operator. Next, we'll have a look at the nth moment. This expectation of x, this is also known as the first moment. First moment, okay, of probability distribution of random variable x. Now let us have a look at the nth moment of probability distribution of random variable x. So nth moment of the probability distribution of any random variable x is denoted as expectation operator of x raised to power n. And if we expand this expectation operator, it is integral minus infinity to infinity x raised to power n and PDF of x. So this gives you the nth moment of the probability distribution of the random variable x. So now with the help of this nth moment expression, we can easily find out the mean square value of x. Mean square value of random variable x, that also gives us the average power. So expectation mean square value means expectation of x square, and that is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x square into PDF of x. So this expression gives us the mean square value of the random variable x. It gives us the average power. Alright. Now we move on to the variance of random variable. How do we find out the variance of any random variable x? Variance is the quantity that gives you the quantity measure of the deviation of the random variable from the mean value. Okay, mean value is centered and variance gives the spread of the random variable around the mean value. That is how we define the variance. Okay, now let us define what is variance. Variance of any random variable x is equal to expectation operator of x minus mx square. As simple as that, where mx is your mean or expected value of x, right? So this gives you the variance, that is expectation of x minus mx whole square. So if we expand this expectation operator, this is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x minus mx square into pdf of x dx. So this gives you the variance of the random variable x. This is the expression for variance. It is expectation of x minus mx whole square, and this is the mathematical expansion of that. Okay, now let us simplify this variance expression a bit. Variance of x, as we know it, it is equal to expectation of x minus mx whole square. Now using the properties of expectation operator, we can simplify this expression as expectation of x square plus mx square minus 2x into mx, right? Further, this can be simplified as expectation of x square plus this mx square, mean of x is a constant quantity, so expectation of mx square will lead us to the mx square only, right? And minus 2mx into expectation of x. So we can say that this is expectation of x square plus mx square minus 2mx into expectation of x is also mx, so it becomes 2mx square. So variance of x is equal to expectation of x square, that is mean square value, minus mx square. This is another way of representing the variance and a very important relationship between the variance, mean square value, and the mean of the random variable x. Let's do one example based on the concept of the statistical averages. Question is, find mean and variance of a random variable x which is uniformly distributed between A and B, where B is greater than A. We need to find out mean and variance of a random variable x which is uniformly distributed between A and B. That means we are kind of given with the PDF of the random variable x. Indirectly we are given with the PDF of the random variable x, because we know the distribution. The distribution is uniform distribution between A and B. That is, it is something like this: A and B. B is greater than A, so we can say that this is the PDF of the distribution of the random variable x. Okay. So one thing we know about random variables is that the area under the PDF curve is unity. That is, this area should be 1. Okay, so area of this, let's say if this point is z, alright, so area of this would be z into b minus a, right, equal to 1, right? So z will be equal to 1 upon b minus a. So in the range a to b, the PDF is nothing but equal to 1 upon b minus a, which is this point z, right? So this is the given PDF for the range a to b, when x lies between a to b. Alright, so now we know the PDF of the random variable and we need to find out the mean and variance, which can be easily found now. M of x, that is the mean, is expectation of x, that is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x into the PDF of x, right? and if you simplify it, the range is from A to B, because apart from this range the random variable does not exist. X into the PDF is b1 upon b minus a into dx. It is equal to, if you simplify this, you get it as a plus b by 2, and it is quite intuitive. Mean or the average of this would be center point of this, a plus b by 2. Alright, next we find the variance of this random variable x, and that will be equal to a to b. We know the variance is expectation of x square minus mx square. Mx square we have already derived, it is a plus b by 2. We can easily find out this with the help of the PDF, and it will be, range will be a to b, x square 1 upon b minus a dx minus 1 upon mx is a plus b by 2, right? A plus b by 2 whole square. If you simplify this integral, it becomes 1 upon b minus a times of b cube minus a cube divided by 3 minus a plus b whole square by 4. And if you simplify it further, you get it as b minus a whole square by 12. That is your variance of x, and that is also denoted by sigma square subscript x. This is the variance of the random variable x. Variance is also denoted by the sigma square. Okay, next we'll have a look at the mean and variance of the sum of random variables. So let us assume that let x and y are two independent random variables with their individual means as mx and m of y. These are the two independent random variables, right? And let z be another random variable which is equal to x plus y. Okay, and the mean of z is m of z. Now what should be the mean of z in terms of mx, my, and what should be the variance of z? That is the point. Okay, so it is observed that mean of z is equal to mean of x plus mean of y. As simple as that. Let us have a look at the proof of this identity. M of z, and we know z is equal to x plus y. Z is also a random variable, x is another random variable, y is another random variable. X and y are independent random variables. We add these two independent random variables and we get another random variable, that is z. And now we are finding out the mean and variance of z. So if you look at m of z, expression of that would be, since it is a joint distribution has to be found out, since it involves two random variables, so the joint PDF has to be found. Okay, so this m of z is equal to expectation of x plus y, right? And this expansion would be double integral now x plus y into joint PDF of x, y, right? Now we have assumed that x and y are independent random variable, right? This is the assumption that we made in the starting. So therefore the joint distribution xy is equal to nothing but multiplication of their individual PDFs, since this x and y are independent random variables. Substitute the values, so that becomes a double integral x plus y, or rather I'll simplify it and then write it down. X into f x y x comma y dx dy plus y into fxy So this is nothing but your sum of mx plus m of y. So mean of random variable z, that is sum of x and y, is nothing but sum of individual means. Next, let us find out the variance of z. Okay, in order to find out variance, first we need to find out, we are finding out the variance of z, right? First we'll find out the second moment or mean square value of z. That would be equal to x plus y square, so y, x comma y, dx dy. Using the same assumption that since x and y are independent, so this joint distribution will be equal to multiplication of their individual PDFs, right? So let's substitute the values. Becomes x square into fx x dx into fy y dy plus integration y square multiplied by f of x x dx. Alright, now this is area under the PDF curve of y. This is the area under of PDF curve of x. So this is equivalent to 1, this is equivalent to 1. And okay, sorry, yeah, one more term will be there, that is plus twice of x into fx x dx into y into fy y dy, right? So this will be equivalent to, what is this term? First term, expectation of x square. This is equal to 1. This is expectation of y square plus twice of mx into my. This is the mean square value of z that will be used to find out the variance. We know variance of z will be equal to expectation of z square minus mx mz square, right? This we already know, this we have already derived here, and this mean of z we have already seen, that is sum of mx plus my. Let us substitute the values. This becomes expectation of x square plus expectation of y square minus, or alternatively what we can do is, just to find it out directly, we have this relationship, let's name it as equation 1. We know this is the standard relationship. This variance of z is nothing but sigma z square, right? So this expectation of x square according to this relationship would be sigma x square plus mx square, right? Similarly, expectation of y square will be equal to sigma y square plus my square. Substitute these value in equation 1. So expectation of z square now becomes equal to sigma x square plus mx square plus sigma y square plus my square plus 2 mx my, right? And that is equal to the sigma x square plus sigma y square plus mx plus my square. Mx plus my is nothing but mz, right? Mz square. So sigma x square plus sigma y square plus mz square. So this is expectation of z square, right? So if we take this mz square on the left hand side, so it becomes expectation of z square minus mz square equal to sigma x square plus sigma y square. Now what is this term on the left hand side? If you recall, this is nothing but standard expression of the variance, that is sigma z square, and that comes to be equivalent to sigma x square plus sigma y square. So this is the expression of the variance of sum of two independent random variables. So there that is equivalent to sum of their individual variances. And similarly we have also seen that the mean, mz is nothing but equal to sum of their individual means. Okay. In the next lecture we'll have a look at the PDF of sum of random variable. We have already seen the mean and variance. What is the mean and variance of sum of random variables? Now what will be the PDFs of the random variables if we add those random variables, right? We'll have a look at this concept in the next lecture. Thank you.